coming back to you after a 13 to 14 month hiatus. If you thought that I had left YouTube, I couldn't hold that against you. But here I am, back and better than ever. And I decided to make this video today because I need to clean out my closet. My childhood home has sold and I'm about ready to move into my first apartment in the next couple of weeks. That's gonna be happening. And those of you who know me know that I'm a pretty avid thrift shopper. That kind of began, well, it didn't really begin when I was a child because at that time I didn't like getting clothes from Goodwill. I didn't understand why we were always getting clothes from Goodwill. Now I get it. Thanks, Mom, for instilling this in me young. When I got to high school, I started taking more of an interest, not only for the economic reasons, but also for the environmental reasons. The average consumer produces 70 pounds of trash in clothes per year, 95 of which could be reused or recycled, which makes the fashion industry one of the most polluting industries on the planet. And so by giving those clothes a second life, not only is it a better bang for your buck and a fun time, it also is beneficial in terms of protecting those who are being exploited for labor, especially child labor, by a lot of the fast fashion industries in a lot of other countries. These people are being paid little to nothing to create these clothes for us to then buy cheap in a store in the mall. I'm not claiming that I have never purchased something from Forever 21 because I have. I 100% have. But I think that thrift shopping is not only enjoyable and a good economic decision, it's also a little step that I can take in being a better citizen of the world. That was deeper than I meant it to be. I'm gonna cut the chat now and I'm gonna start cleaning out my closet. I'm gonna be figuring out some stuff to donate and I'm gonna be compiling 11 outfits, all of thrifted clothes, which shouldn't be too hard because 90% of my wardrobe is thrifted. And then I'm gonna do a little fashion show for you guys. this video that I have for you guys is 3 thrift tips. Do you like the alliteration? So the first tip number 1, and some of these might seem like kind of common sense, but I've noticed that a lot of times they're not. So tip number 1 is to only donate clothes that are in good condition that people are actually going to want to wear. As much as we want to protect the environment and not be adding to the landfill, if you have clothes that are stained or ripped or otherwise just really, really, really used, don't donate them. Nobody wants to wear that. And so make sure that the clothes you're donating are in good condition. You could really make someone's day with that. And that kind of leads me into tip number 2, which is that it's important to remember that while thrift shopping is a great hobby and a really fun thing to do, and I would call it one of my hobbies, it's important to remember as well that many people, that is what they can afford to do in terms of getting clothes. And so just be cognizant of your environment, be respectful, be compassionate. That goes without saying, but it is really important to remember that. And also just to make sure that you are regularly getting rid of clothes. Especially if you're a thrift shopper, you're going to end up with a lot of clothes, and a lot of them will be in pretty good condition and you may not be wearing them. For me, if I go a couple of months without wearing something, I'm going to donate it right back, because there are people who will get better use out of it and will need it. So that's another thing, is to just make sure to keep that balance and keep things reined in. And then tip number 3 is that some of the best thrift shops I've ever gone to are some of the like local hole-in-the-wall types of places. I know I was talking about Goodwill earlier, and I'll do a future video about Goodwill later on. But I actually have had the most of my treasures I have actually found at local thrift shops, even some within my small hometown. And so definitely don't discount those, and try to find those hole-in-the-wall local places, because you could find some real treasures there. I think that's all I have for you guys today. We'll see you next time.